Howdy there, internets. This is Kyle coming to you with another episode on the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me once again in my journey from $0 to $1 million over the course of the coming year. I'm on day 32 or 3, I forget, around there. And so it means I'm about a month, well, I'm past a month in now at this point. And big fat nothing in terms of revenue at this point. So, and the reason for that is because I don't have anything to sell yet. So, I guess I kind of do have something to sell. I just haven't put it out there to sell to anybody. So, obviously, that's not going to make it easy for me to get $2 million if I have no way for people to actually buy something from me. So I, still have work to do, obviously, on that front. Again, this is a part-time endeavor for me, as I would like to strive to replace my current day job income and do this more full-time, but obviously that's going to take a little while. And thus, in the meantime, I have to keep my day job because I do not have stacks of cash sitting in the bank. I guess I have some stacks, but they're like small and made of singles and not hundreds. But in any case, it is what it is. So today I'm still out of town for work, travel, business stuff. I guess today was a little better. It just wasn't so today was better, I think, to start because I got a good night's sleep last night, actually. I'm staying at like a Holiday Inn Express, and I was at a Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott last weekend, and like this Holiday Inn Express, like the bed, like totally beats that freaking Marriott bed. I'm like a pretty dedicated Marriott member. Got like titanium status or whatever BS. But I have noticed like several of the hotels I've been at recently, including like pretty big ones, the beds like kind of suck real bad. So, and the pillows are actually the worst. Like they look like pillows, but then you put your head on them and they just go flat. So it's just like you're resting your head on a really thick blanket or something. So anyway, but Holiday Inn Express, kudos to you for giving a shit about your people staying at your hotels. Moving on though, so I did get a good night's sleep last night, so I had a little bit more energy, I guess, today, and a little less grumpiness in general. I did get up early this morning to kind of continue doing some work on the business. I was doing some more research in terms of the type of content I want to start putting out and how I'm going to do that. And part of that was to actually start setting up some of my various social content platforms or whatever accounts on social media. And again, this is like an example of where you think it's, you think about some of these things as being like so trivial and like it should take you like 5 minutes, but then it's like you get into the details of how do you actually do the thing, and then you realize like, oh shit, like this isn't actually super easy. Like I need to kind of do some research to understand like when I'm selecting certain options on how I want to set things up, like is there a preferred way for a business to set it up versus just a random dude who wants a Facebook page or whatever, profile. And mainly on Facebook, just because I wasn't sure. Facebook obviously has business pages, so you would think, oh, I'm setting up a business, so you should have a business page. But I've noticed like a lot of the people, I don't really follow a lot of people, I guess, but the handful of people that I've been, sort of studying their own business endeavors, such as Russell Brunson or Alex Hormozy, some of those guys really use just their personal profiles as their main content generation platform or whatever. Not even that's their main one, but when you go on Facebook, you look up Russell Brunson, you get like his personal profile, which is all about his business. It's not like Russell Brunson's family and what he's doing on the weekend sort of thing. He obviously doesn't post any of that, but so he uses that personal page to do his business stuff. There's a separate ClickFunnels business page, which also puts out a bunch of stuff, and I'm sure there's some overlap there because I'm sure his business people are managing his personal accounts. I doubt he does anything himself on there personally himself, but anyway, so then I was like starting to research like what he's supposed to do, and so again, people on the internet's surprise, have differing opinions on what you should do, and anyway, and then you got to be super careful because freaking Facebook and all these platforms have so many damn rules about what you can and can't do, and like, even one article I was reading today about, they were really a proponent of using your Facebook, like your personal page, to promote your business because they said that, like, in their experience, Facebook, even though you have to have the business page, you have to have a business page to create advertisements. But they were saying, like, even when you did that and you bought advertisements for a certain audience, which you specify somewhere in the settings for your advertisement, that like they would find that Facebook just didn't actually advertise it to the people they told it to advertise to, and they would get like very low response rates and all this sort of stuff, which seems to be a common trend I'm hearing amongst different people, that Facebook ads are getting more and more expensive and harder to target people, which isn't great for new businesses, obviously. But anyway, so point being, again, like Facebook doesn't give two shits about smaller businesses. Their main priority is keep mega corporations happy, that they're pushing out their brand in front of their audience, because of course those mega corporations have no budget constraints. They'll just keep sending old Zuckerberg millions and millions of dollars every year, because that's how they roll. So so anyway, so I started Facebook, which, as I've said in my past videos, I really freaking hate Facebook, and I don't like being on it at all, just for a lot of reasons. But again, you can't deny that the billion or whatever users on Facebook, that's a big audience. So a lot of people, a lot of your potential customers probably do use Facebook, even though I don't use Facebook, like it personally in my own personal life. Like I don't use it. Never really been into it at all. But some people do, and some people that are like me, well, not exactly like me, but some people that I'm targeting, would like to target with my message, probably are on Facebook. So that's something you have to accept, I guess. That's fine. So I did that, and then Twitter. So I'm now tweeting on my Twitter page. And what else? I've got the YouTube channel set up, which I did that a while ago. And what else? I did a LinkedIn page. So I got that going. So let's I can take a quick look here. Shrink my big head down. All right. So, this is my business launch series. That's YouTube. That's a different thing. This is the old Twitter page. So again, I already got a couple tweets there. Of course, have 0 followers, but I just started it. the LinkedIn page here. Haven't even posted anything there. The Facebook page. This is the business page, which like I did create a new user under my name, because you have to, if you're creating a new like Facebook profile, you have to use your actual name, or because like Facebook doesn't let you kind of make up your own name or stuff. And so I did that, and then I created this Facebook page off that profile, which, I mean, after I went through that, I probably could have just done it on my like old, or the Facebook profile I have been using, just to like, which is I only use to get into groups that I pay for something from, so Facebook groups. And then so that's all the PhD secrets ones that I have worked on. So at least they're created. Did something, again, slow but steady progress. I was also looking at this company, Cheeky Scientist, which I mentioned the other day, as being a company that's targeting the same audience, I guess, meaning PhDs, with similar things. I mean, I guess their big shtick is getting PhDs to go work in industry. So, cool dudes, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of, again, get fired up that, oh my God, this is competition, and, what am I really doing? These guys have got thousands of followers or whatever, and probably making millions of dollars already, blah, blah, blah. And I shouldn't try to do what they're doing. I should try to find a new niche. But again, that's not what the good old Russell Brunson preaches. So I think it's fine. I think it's cool that they're doing well. And that just means those are all customers I could potentially have if I choose to do something different or be better or whatever. Definitely as I look at some of the things they're doing, similar to like a previous guy that I found, I don't know, a few weeks ago, who was also kind of doing something similar. He doesn't really target PhDs per se, but he does target like engineers, and again, is providing coaching, training for helping people find jobs, or changing jobs or whatever. And again, that's what that Cheeky Scientist group does as well. At least that's what they kind of advertise primarily. And I guess I kind of went into this thinking like, oh yeah, I would offer some sort of coaching or training about making job transitions, because that's what I've been through recently over the past few years, and I've had some success in doing so, and so those were the lessons I was wanting to learn, which I would say I won't still incorporate that, but again, as I was thinking about it more today, it's like I would really not like to just focus on freaking finding a job crap, because finding a job is just stupid. It's just like, it's not a very exciting topic to talk about, I guess, is the point. And also, like, there are certain, obviously, like, general tips and tricks, you can kind of use to position yourself a little bit better, but at the end of the day, finding a job, finding a high-paying job in, some tech company or engineering company is, almost like kind of good luck a lot of times, I think. Just luck of what the market demand is for jobs, which I think like these days is pretty good, but that can always change. And just if you have the right skill set for what that company's looking for, which they might not even always advertise exactly what they're looking for, so you don't even really know entirely. Obviously there's some job description they put out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly what they're looking for. anyway, I could go on and on, but point being, it's just kind of like, again, I'm sure it's helpful for some people that. What I kind of noticed from watching some of the companies like advertisements and videos and stuff is definitely seems that their customer base is predominantly non-U.S. Based folks. I mean, they're in the U.S. They're not native Native American. I shouldn't say that. They're not. They're foreign-born PhDs, which, I mean, that makes sense because most of the PhDs that graduate from universities, I mean, even U.S. universities these days, are all foreigners. So obviously that's your biggest pool of customers. So that's who you're going to see in your customer base. But I forgot what I was going to say about that. Oh yeah, so like those people who are maybe not from the U.S. could probably certainly benefit from like very basic kind of social skills that are unique to like American companies, I guess, that are probably very different than companies in India or China or wherever, right? Japan, I don't know. And obviously I don't know anything about those types of companies, but I do know something about American companies. So yeah, I'm sure some foreigners would be very interested in understanding what those dynamics are, and to me, they'd be like pretty obvious, basic things like, hey, shake a hand, have a firm handshake when you introduce yourself. But even handshakes are not. That's not. In some cultures, in some countries around the world, going up and shaking somebody's hand would be very disrespectful. So. Again, those are probably all important things, but I don't know, I guess I would just get bored talking about that. So anyway, I was thinking again of sort of tailoring my company around more of a holistic, hey, you're a PhD engineer, and yes, I can help you get a job if that's what you need, but this is also about when you're in a job, you're going to have problems to deal with. And, I've dealt with some crap in my own jobs over the past, 15 or 18 years. So, I could probably help people through some of those things that they'll be dealing with. And then, I would be even interested in talking about non-job related stuff, just like life stuff, because obviously getting a PhD is a pretty can be a pretty traumatic experience, I guess you could say. And the type of people that are successful there are people that are willing to sacrifice a lot, in their personal life, whether that's just not being able to have many, if any, friends, or choosing not to start a family, or if they have a family, neglecting their family, unfortunately. It could take lots of forms, but I think that, what I don't see out of these other companies that kind of target these markets, which not to say I've done like extensive research to see every company offering services to these types of people, but that's something I don't really see is, I don't know, just like being a little more authentic, which again, it's like something Russell Brunson talks about a lot, is if you're positioning yourself as being the, attractive character, or this dynamic leader to the customer base that you are trying to serve, then it's not just about presenting yourself as some like super polished, like, I've got all the answers, I know exactly what you have to do to become a millionaire overnight type of thing. It's like, hey, I've been through some shit and you've been through some shit, but hey, maybe I'm a little bit further down the road than you are, and hey, if that can help you, cool, but if not, then that's fine too. I wish you well, and go on about your business. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I guess I certainly appreciate kind of Russell Brunson's point of view of, and again, he's like been doing research in this whole thing for many, many years in terms of understanding how do people really connect to audiences and whatnot. And I'll maybe talk about more about it, the Expert Secrets book tomorrow. But in any case, that's kind of what I just want to put myself out as, I guess, is just being like, hey, these are some thoughts I have, and if you agree with them, cool, like, let's get together, and if I can help you out through some thing I have or some service I have, then that's cool. But if not, that's fine too. Go hire one of these other companies. If looks like they got a lot of great material. If you're just looking to transition to industry from academia, go hire that other company because they got all these programs and whatever. They probably know way more about the details of what's going on, like more broadly, rather than my somewhat narrow scope of the types of things I've done. But again, I think I can still be of use to some people, so that's what I think I'll try to do. So anyway, trying to stay a little bit more positive today overall, and obviously still slow going. I don't like that I don't even have anything out yet to sell people, but again, I don't just want to put out total garbage, so gotta walk a fine line there, I guess, of knowing when to pull the trigger, so to speak. In any case, hope you're all doing well, kicking ass and taking names. My wife was impressed by the fact that I have had 2 comments on the 30 some odd videos that I've produced, which I love my wife, and she's my biggest cheerleader, and I am deeply appreciative of her support in this whole thing. But I just kind of laugh, I chuckle to myself when she tells me that, because it's like, 2 people out of, again, 30 or 40 videos of these that I've done, and again, I'm not doing this again for trying to get a lot of attention or views. This is more for me. This is my own therapy, I guess you could say, as I'm dealing with this, because I'm at least expressing out loud my thoughts and feelings, which I don't normally do. If you knew me in real life, you would think, what the hell's going on with Kyle, because I don't normally talk very much at all. At least just in terms of like general feelings and stuff like that. So anyway, but yes, love my wife, and I'm again deeply grateful for her support and even her cheerleading for even very minor victories. So I'll leave you with that for today. Keep on keeping on. Kick ass, take names. I think I already said that, but see you next time. Peace.